Hello, Dr. Chandran V.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon. Shall we start with the session, sir?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, one and all, once again, gathered in this virtual platform for this UGC sponsored course in the education and the risk. Friends, in the morning session, we have discussed with the literature review with the help of one renowned expert. And to that extent, in the afternoon session, we will discussing on the very much important topic, that is accelerating literature review and the research ideation with the generative AI, with the help of one renowned expert, Dr. Chandran Venkateshan. Sir, I extend my warm welcome to you to this flagship program and particular to this session. Friends, Dr. Dr. Chandrayan is at present serving as a data science, a senior associate data science at the math company located in the Chennai, India. He has completed his PhD from the in the deep learning from the Annamalai University, Chennai. He has also completed his ME from the Government College of Technology, Annamalai, and the BE from the Valtech Multi Tech Engineering College, Annamalai University, affiliated to Annamalai University. He is a well-known researcher and having more than 50 research articles published in the reputed national as well as the international journals. In the international journal, he has a Google Scholar citation. His Google Scholar citation is the 233, and the H index is 7, and I-10 index is the 6. He has the Scopus citation is the 182, and the H index of the Scopus is the 6. Before joining this company, he has more than the 6 years of industry experience in the different fields, and he has executed many more projects as in business analytics and the data science with the renowned companies like as the Great Learning and Great Learning. So, friends, this is a brief introduction with regards to Dr. Chandran B. So again, extend my warm welcome to you. And now may I request you to please start with your session, please.
Sure. Hope I'm audible is visible. Clear, right?
Yes, sir, you're very much clearly audible. You can please share your screen and then we will start.
Yeah. So thank you so much for giving a brief introduction about me. So let me quickly share my screen and then we can just get started. Miss Mizu?
Yes, sir.
Location எல்லாம் போட்டுட்டாங்க.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah.
It is visible, sir. Yeah, if it is possible, you can please make it in the PowerPoint mode so we can see the larger screen. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so I will just keep it very short with respect to the PowerPoint presentation, and then we can just directly jump to the tool and see like how to accelerate this literature review part and how to find the what are the research gaps that are there in the topic that we are going to discuss, and then how to find the future direction to continue our research, right? So basically, in this particular 1.5 hours of session, I will try to cover a few tools which is empowered by the generative AI technologies. Okay? And then we'll just take one case study and then try to start from the beginning, like how to find the research gaps, how to find the future direction, how to frame the research question, right? And then how to create a overall research article outlook. And then from that, we can just slowly pick it upon, like how to complete the entire paper in today's session and also tomorrow's session. So basically, the objective of this particular session is that most of the generative AI tools which are most useful for research and an academic purpose, and then how to use these generative AI tools for your literature review, and how to get a summarized version of each and every PDF article that we are having, and then how to identify the research gap, basically using this different variety of Gen AI tools. And then the very important topic is that how ethically we can use AI in research articles, because that is what most of the publishers, like if you go to submit any of journal, we have to explicitly call out that we have used this AI tools for our paraphrasing or summarization, something like that. But we are not supposed to use any generative AI tools, like if you use ChatGPT or maybe a DeepSeek. We are not supposed to include them as author, but at least we can add a note that okay, we have used this type of Gen AI tools for our academic research. And then my primary research focus on diabetic foot ulcer detection. So that's why I took the case study around that. And then I just slowly walk you through different tools. So mostly the tools that we are going to discuss in today's session is that one is Sciface, and then we have Research Rabbit, and then Site.ai. Okay. And then there is a one tool which is a paid version, Avid Note. They also see the demo like okay, we can use Avid Note, and then when we can jump to Sciface and all. So let me quickly jump to the tool first. Yeah. So the tool name is Sciface. Okay. So if you have an idea of any of your system is open, you can just directly Google it like Sciface, and then you can just log in through your Gmail also. So there are two things. Like one, we have some capability which we can solve using Sciface, but if you want a more advanced version, then we can go for pricing also. So it's up to you to decide for what use case that you are going to use Sciface. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go to my library, okay, and then so my library is nothing but if you are working on any research project, right, like and then you are having the multiple articles. So if you want to upload that the entire folder of your articles, you can just go and upload PDF. Okay. So for this particular use case, I just used one of the recently published article from February or March 2025. So which is talking about the diabetic foot ulcer detection, and then how can we increase the overall model explainability, like what are the different methodologies that we are having to explain about hello. Yes. Yeah. So this we'll see like how we can just read through this article if we have very limited amount of time to go through maybe like 25 or 30 pages of research article, right? You can just directly upload that article to Sciface, and then we can use Copilot. There is option called we can use the Copilot. This is a Copilot for Sciface, where we can try to get some answers from the Sciface about this particular article. Okay. So there are few questions that is already there, like the general questions like generate the summary of the paper, and then what are the results that they have discussed, right? And then what about the conclusion, and then explain the abstract of the article. So let me take a very basic example, like I'm going to ask this Sciface Copilot to summarize the overall research work, right? So you can use a direct questions from here itself, which are the general in nature, right? So I'm just written the prompt that okay, generate a summary of the paper. So then the Copilot will start running read through entire article to summarize the overall summary of this paper, right? So I net this particular paper is all about how we are going to use explainable AI concept in medical imaging, especially for diabetic foot identification. Okay, that is what we briefly understand. Okay. So the summary is that okay, in the literature part they have discussed about some of the already available article, like this is the stack parallel neural network, which is called DFSPNet, and then this particular author proposed this particular network with a specialized for CNN and then for DFE classification, and then These are some of the already available models that they are there for DFE classification. And then here, what type of methodology that they have used. So basically, they have used some different CNN models, right? Convolutional models, and then three different explainable AI approach, right? What are the three explainable AI approach? One, they have used line, and then another methodology is a GradCam, right? And then so yeah, so lime and then GradCam, and then there is another variety of GradCam that we are talking about. And then what is the objective of the paper? You will get all these objective what we are trying to solve, and then what is the size of the data set, like how many samples of images that they are having, and then what is the distribution of that? Okay, how many of them are normal and how many of them are actually having a ulcers. And then again, they have used their different augmentation technique to expand the data set into different numbers. Uh, Again, they will talk about the initial data set and then how it has been improved after doing the augmentation and all, and then what type of approach uh, that they are using to increase the overall image rate, right? And then they have used the imbalance technique called SMOT, which has been used to handle whenever we have the class imbalance problem, right? And then different methodologies that we are talking about, like one is slime, and then like I mentioned, so GradCam itself, there are variety of things that they have used, and then finally they are used Shapely, right? So and then some of the results and then conclusion part. Okay, but if you want to do like ask something different, that okay, if there are any equation in the article. So you are the new reader. You doesn't understand like okay, what is exactly that they are talking about. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to highlight this, right? And then I'm just clicking explain. So I'm just asking that what is exactly this equation is. Okay. So now it has been. Is voice clear to everyone?
Sir, your
Hello.
voice is was coming very low. Now, when you spoke, it is clear.
Now it's clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Maybe some mic issues. Thank you. Yeah. So what I have done is that I'm just asking this SciSpace Copilot to explain this particular equation in the article. I'm just click on this particular option and then just select this equation, right? Then the prompt has been shared in this chat response view, and then you'll be getting okay. So basically, we are talking about some loss functions for this particular model. This SN, and then each and every equation where L represents the calculating the loss, and then Y is a binary variable that takes value 0 and 1, right? And then symbol like 1 by 2. So basically, it's a 1 by 2. That's why sometimes your LLMs consider that they are providing the right answers, but always remember that do double verify whatever the response that LLMs are throwing, right? And then with respect to W, like this could represent weight and the parameter of the model, and then M is nothing but basically that is a threshold value for a specific metric to reach that expectations. Especially if you talk about some of the metric ranges, right? Maybe you have the threshold of okay, so whenever your accuracy or maybe whenever your precision is greater than 0.8, then only we can try to take a call them as a better model, right? If not, until this particular condition satisfies, these loss functions will keep on iterating to get that. Okay, so that is what this particular equation is talking about. And then if you want to understand this particular table, okay, so then I'm just going to select this particular table.
Chandran sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. You please go a little bit slower. Actually, the participants are from different disciplines. There are people from arts and humanities and commerce and management, law even, right? So I request
Okay.
you
Okay.
to I request you to please go a little bit slow so that they can understand. right?
Sure, sir.
Please, please. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So next, what I am doing is that I am just going to this particular table and then asking my Copilot to explain what this table is all about, right? Just select this particular table and then you will get the response below. Like, so this table is talking about the number of datas, right? Like basically, as we are doing the DFU classifications, what we are doing is that, so we are just predicting whatever the image that we are showing to the model, whether that particular image, uh, especially this image, right? So this is the normal images when the person doesn't have any sort of foot ulcer, right? And then this sample uh, is where the person is having the foot ulcer, so that's why these are normal skin patches and then the abnormal skin patches. So basically this pictures captured at the foot of the image. Okay, so that's what this particular table is talking about, like how many samples that we are having for original class, original image basically, that we have sourced from the original dataset. So totally for abnormal class we are having 510, and then for normal class we have 540 images. And then after cropping and then doing some sort of imaging techniques, that has been increased to 850 plus 830, right? And then after augmentation, like doing some rotations and cropping, there are multiple ways to increase your overall sample size in the, for an image, right? And then maybe if you consider an example of, okay, you have some filter application, right, in your mobile, you're capturing an image and then you're applying different sort of filters, like you're just correcting the saturation level, or you're correcting the brightness level, or you're correcting the luminance part. So each and every operation that we are doing on top of the image will generate a new image. So that is what this particular table is talking about, right? So what are the augmentation techniques that they have used, right? What is the breakdown of these samples? So everything is discussed in this particular table, right? So let's go and take some other table which is quite complex to understand, right? Maybe the result and discussion part. So that is very much important aspect in the any of the research particle. Hello. Hello.
Will request you, maybe we can keep it some kind of slow. Sir, whether my voice is.
Hello.
Yes, sir, it is going too fast, sir. It is going too fast.
Sir,
Okay.
I humbly request you, Chandran sir, please. Uh, Hello. I hope
Yes,
I am
go ahead.
loud and clear and you can hear me, all of you.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, Chandran sir, it's a humble request to please go a little bit slower. As I've told you that the participants are from different discipline. Some of the people, they are from arts and humanities. Some of them, they are from law even, right? If you go a little bit slower so that they can understand it, right? So that is my request. Please, sir.
Sure, sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah. So next thing is that, like I mentioned, maybe we can go and I think here they don't have any of the results table. Maybe we can take this particular table as an example, right? So again, just select this.
Excuse
And
me,
then,
sir.
yeah,
If you don't mind, last 5 minutes, once again, can you resume it, sir? First beginning onwards.
from the beginning.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Because of one thing, once we opened the tool, it is asking the some issues actually. You have to pay the amount. Then only you will get the
Wait.
7.
I think you
Huh?
don't need to do the pricing and all.
And after that, what is the objective of this tool? How can we use this tool? So what is the use of that tool once we apply, on the paper, scientific reports paper you have uploaded.
Hmm.
So like that, if you explain, we will be benefited, sir. Sorry for
Okay,
the
sir.
trouble, sir.
No issues, no issues.
Right. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah. So once you log into SciSpace, right? So there are multiple options. Like once you put an email and then you'll go get into this particular page. where they will discuss about what are the different pricing plans that they are having. Okay, so I mostly use this basic plan. Like if you want something advanced, like you can see the difference here itself. Like if you want to export or if you want to unlimited AI deduction, something like that, you can go for that particular pricing part. So I'm not going to touch on that aspect. So basically, I've used this basic plan. So here we don't need to put any of these core details. You can just directly select this, and then you will get this free access. So once you have done this, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going for a my library part, right? Like you already have found out an research area, right? And then you already have some base paper. So you can directly upload that base paper in this particular option. So upload base paper. This is what I have already uploaded. Maybe I will upload this particular article. So I'm just uploading in this untitled folder. So once you uploaded that paper, that research article will be comes here. Okay. So for first use case of this, right? Like whenever we are writing any research article, we need to do some lot of literature reviews, right? That is very much important. So as you already have this base paper, which is the root of that research domain, you can click that and then try to identify what type of methodology that they are used, or what type of approach they have used, and what are the research gaps that they found out. Is there any, did they give any future direction to take this research forward? So you can talk to this PDF using the different prompts that I'm showing here. Okay, these are the general queries,
Sir,
right?
I mean, you are
Hmm.
uploading a base paper, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
by using that one, so how to do the modification or updations, whatever it may be. So to get the awareness of from the base paper, then we can go for the, I think, next step we can go to write a new paper.
Yes.
Am I right or
Yes.
not, sir? Is it
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
objective? Right.
Yes.
Right. Thank you.
Sir, I understood up to the upload part, and then modification part once again show from where what modification we can.
Yeah. I'm just, the paper is uploading right now. So once it is uploaded, I will. It's loading. Yeah. So now this article has been uploaded in this particular folder, and then we have clicked that PDF, right? So like I mentioned, basically, if you talk about any of the generative AI tools, it's all depends upon how we are giving the prompt. Prompt is nothing but how we are asking the question to the agents, right? So here we have this SciSpace Copilot as our agent, and then we are going to ask few questions about this particular research article. Like I mentioned, mostly like if you segregate our questions across any of the research article, it should be lying on all these 13 different questions, right? Like if you want to understand, okay, I need to understand what are the limitations of this paper, right? I just given the prompt, what is the limitation of this paper, and then it has been loading from this particular article, right? So the limitation that they are talked about maybe like variability in the image quality, because image has been captured with the different devices, and then it is not a standardized clinical photos, because uh, this is not how they will usually screen in the hospitals, but these are the procedure they are adapting for a DFE classification in the subsequent screening. And then there is no basically the clinical scoring is more on the subjectivity side. It is not with respect to any of the predefined frameworks. And then comparative performance and what are the future refinements that they need. So and then once you find out the base paper, like you've gone through what are the limitations there, and then I'm going to ask, okay, so what are the research gaps, and then frame a research question based on that. So always remember that the problem should be very well defined. Otherwise, so LLMs, this type of agents will hallucinate across the question, and then you'll get some wrong responses from them.
Sir, it will analyze one paper at a time, or
No,
we
you can upload
many papers and say,
multiple times, multiple tables. So in this particular folder, you can upload whatever the number of PDF that you are writing. Basically, it's a library, right? So if you want to understand one paper at a time, you can just directly click this particular paper and then you can just chat with them. So these are the research graph that they found out, and then they just refine the research question for our problem statement. And then if you want to find out some other article based on this, right? So if you want to find the related papers with respect to this particular topic, you can just click find related papers. So SciSpice has been collaborated with different publication providers. So you will get access to a few of the research articles which are there with respect to this particular research domain. Yeah, so you will get some of the research papers like in 2022 there is a paper talking about forecasting of diabetic pool tests using deep learning models, DFU-net, and all this. And then you can just save this response to the notebook itself, because in future if you want to refer, you can just save to the notebooks itself. So this is the one type of support system, the tools that we can leverage with respect to SciSpace. And you can just play with all these different questions, right? So any doubts up to this before go to the next functionality here?
no, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Thank you. So next functionality is that, okay, so you are new to this particular domain, right? Or maybe like that, whatever the technical paper that we choose as a base, it consists of more of the more technically jargon, or it is having more number of equations to understand. So sometimes we'll feel fatigued to go through all these particular formulas and then maybe the table that they are talking about. So in that case, you can just use this functionality, explain math and table, right? So maybe let me take an example of this accuracy function. Like just click explain math and table, and then you can just select this particular space. So once you selected here in the chat video, you can see like, okay, so explain this particular function in the plain text. So this particular equation is nothing about, it talks about the formula for calculating the overall model accuracy, like how it has been predicting both normal and abnormal cases, right? And then with respect to TP, what is TP? TP is nothing but true positive, and then TN is nothing but true negative. So each and every parameter in the equation will have the detailed definition. Okay, it doesn't drive you through more on a mathematical side, but it drive you through more on a theoretical side to understand this equation better. Okay, so this is another way. So if you want to understand some tables where it contains results, so there is a table like this, right? If you want to understand this table, you can select this also. So basically this table is talking about from what are the regions, or from what are the domains they have gathered the particular data sets, like which is talking about gangrene, normal, ulcer, and then infection. And then from where are the places that they have sourced, like one is from DFU 2020, and then some data sets from the hospital, and then some data set they have collected from the Kaggle. So you'll get a detailed description of this, right? So this is how we can use this particular SciSpace Copilot for your understanding, or maybe like for understanding, and also find out the research gaps and then future directions. So first feasibility that we have done is chat with PDF. That's what we are doing. If you have no doubts, we can go for a literature review part. So I think there is no doubts. We can go to the second functionality of this particular tool, which is a literature review. Okay. So what I'm going to ask is that I think you already find out the research gaps, right? And then once you find out the research gap, and then you find that okay, this is the potential area where we can apply uh, our time to write some article based on that. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write a prompt, right? So provide me with a
Sir, from where did you get this literature review? I was doing that math part. Oh, here on the left side.
left side you find all the what are the tools that they're currently available for SciSpace. So provide me a literature review for diabetic food culture using artificial intelligence. Okay, so this is what I have asked. So once you type this, you will get few questions around this. Okay, because this particular response that you are getting is to enable your LLMs to have a better prompting context, because we have asked in the basic natural language, right? We didn't add anything with respect to question mark, or it is not super intuitive for the model to understand. So based on this, you will get some few suggestions how to refine this particular prompt to get the better literature review. So what I'm asking is that, so how do different machine learning algorithm and techniques contribute to accuracy and then efficiency of the diabetic food ulcer using artificial intelligence? Otherwise, what are the current challenges and limitations of diabetic food ulcer screening methods with artificial intelligence aims to address? So I'm just going for a first option here. Okay, so once you've done this, then your LLM will start thinking about this particular research topic and then found out some of the challenges here. So next it is asking for what are the different aspects that you are focusing on. So I am basically focusing on developing new AI algorithm for diabetic food culture. So first it is executing the process. One is like executing the relevant queries, like developing new algorithm for diabetic food screening. So technical challenges, social impact, what are the historical development, and what are the different considerations that we need to take basically with respect to ethical and then privacy concerns and also some of the regulatory issues. So it is taking I don't know how many of you use a DeepSeek uh, agent. So DeepSeek, we are just giving some reasoning, right? So it will just reason about what the user has been asking, how to break down this question into multiple segments. Similarly, here also this particular agent is taking your question and then breaking down into different steps to answer your queries. So first, it is talking about technical challenges. They found out 167 top papers for this particular breakage, right? And then with respect to social impact, they have found out these are the research articles which have been recently published and talking about DFU, historical development, regulatory. So each and every line it has generated, you will get a corresponding article to this, right? So by just asking a simple question, you can able to segment this into different table of contents talking about different things, and then you will also get the comparison table, like what type of model that they have used and what are the key features that they talked about, their approach, right? And then we will get a citation also. and then we'll have the conclusion part. And other than that, if you look at year, so basically this is one of the tedious or very tedious task, but is very much important for whenever we are talking about whenever we are writing any review article or whenever you are writing a segment for literature review. Some of them will ask you to include a table sort of things where you have which type of article that you choose and what is the methodology that they have used and what are the advantages and disadvantages, or maybe what are the gaps that they have. So you will get this particular table below, and then you can keep on adding what are the relevant column that you need. So one of the things that I'm going to add is that, so what is their contribution and what is the limitation, and then the results. Okay. So once you've done this, you will get, okay, what is this article is all about, and then what is the insight, like what this particular paper focus on, and what their contribution. So I think most of them are, they didn't talk about the limitations there. And then once you have this, maybe you can generate the limitations through the agent also, right? So some of the articles have the limitation parts. That's why it is included in the limitation part. So by doing this way, mostly whenever we are writing a paper, what we'll do is that maybe we are just took the same paper and cited 2 times in this table. That type of.
Sir, once again show these tables, how the table came.
So once you generated this, right, this table of content will be there, and then once you get the relevant article for each of this section, we'll just scroll down. They will also provide this access to you. Like after this response generated, you will see this type of table, and then you will get basically the paper article name and then the insights column. But if you want to add a few things, right, here I have papers and then results. These are the suggested column. Okay, maybe you need to understand what type of method that they have used. You can include that particular column. Okay, machine learning model trained on food data, and then what type of sensor that they have used. For this particular article, these are the different deep learning architectures that they have used. So this will talk about the methodology. And then if you want to understand, okay, what is their maybe research gap. So I want to find research gap in each of this article, right? So like I mentioned, most of the paper doesn't talk about the limitations and then future directions. But if the paper contains that, then you will get that in this particular column. So what are the research gaps of this particular article? Okay, so you can keep on adding what are the necessary columns that you need. Otherwise, if you want to create your new column also, you can do that, right? So initially it is showing for top 20 papers, and then if you want to have the research literature review for more article, you can click load more papers. Right? So any questions? Yeah.
Sir, so after the result came, we will go down, and then in the add column section, we will have this. Means now you have added, but originally it will come as add columns.
Yeah. So originally it will have these papers, article name, and then a few information, and then you will get an insights column first. So that is default. And whatever the column that you require, you can just keep on adding by just getting this some suggested column. Otherwise, if you want to add your new column, you can just create a column and then take whatever column name that you need, and otherwise whatever that you need to capture in that particular column, you can mention that. And then also you can export this table in the CSV or Excel file, and then you can just directly use this table in your research article. Any questions or any doubts in this part?
No, sir, clear.
1 minute, sir. Can I share
Yeah.
screen only for 2 minutes, sir?
Okay.
Sir, I have uploaded my paper actually here. This is one recently published.
Okay.
Literature, sorry. Ayo, sorry. So this is the paper actually.
Okay.
So after that, I went to the, I have did the steps parallelly while you are explaining, sir,
Okay,
everything.
Okay.
So and went to the literature review.
Hmm.
So there also I asked a question. Like you, I got this one, but by bad luck, I pressed the back button. That is why I lost my this one.
Okay.
So here I am typing intrusion techniques related papers like that. I requested that one
Okay.
prompt message. So it has provided multiple number of papers like you, sir, in your system, how it is displaying. Okay.
Hmm.
So after that, what we have to do once it is displaying the number of papers, 20 or 30 papers. So how to get it into the CSV file, sir?
That's what. So
Mm,
there is a pricing plan, right?
mm,
So each and
ah,
every pricing plan will have that uh, opportunity. Like basic plan, I don't think very few will get that access. But mostly,
Oh,
like if you want to take 1 month subscription or 2 month subscription, you can directly
okay.
take that as an CSV file.
So paid service they are providing. Okay, sir?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Thank you,
Yes.
sir. Thank you.
So next,
Sir,
this is a
I have
new.
one question.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, this science space which we have discussed right now,
Mhm.
is it a sort of a research paper investigation tool? Is it used as a research paper investigation tool or to generate only research paper? Means whether is it used as an investigative tool to the research paper? If you want to dig down the research paper, we have to further see the aspects of the research paper. Then this tool is effectively used.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. So basically, that option is chat with the PDF, right? Where you upload the particular article, and then you will
Okay.
whatever the question that you need about that particular methodology,
Okay.
that we can able to get in the Copilot part. So this literature review part is basically what are the different types of articles that are available for this particular problem statement, and then you will get the response in this literature review part.
Okay, so that means if we load any research paper and if we want further dig down information or any specific information related to that paper in a
Hmm.
structured way, then this tool is recommended.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't think if you want to get the source code, right, maybe you will get that high level code of how this particular methodology has been created, right? Same example
Yeah.
for this DFE detection. If you want to have need to have the code using Python or maybe like MATLAB, right? You can just ask that question
Yeah.
to Copilot. You can able to get the initial version of the code, but you need to take that as an initial reference and you can start building on that particular space because you don't want to write the code from the beginning. So you need the first version, and then on top of that, you can try to optimize the code or maybe like do some changes in the architecture, and then you can start developing on that part also.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, now I got it once again. Just sorry for the disturbance, sir.
Okay.
Sharing. Oh, you are in the sharing already, and the host is in the sharing. Sir,
Yeah. You can go ahead.
sir, I got now like this, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
So now I got the top 10 papers, sir, actually related to intrusion detection systems.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I selected, for example, the first one. Okay, sir. So how to get it this data actually here? You told something actually here.
No, you can just select that. Just click on that.
TLDR.
Yeah. So you'll get this particular column.
Okay.
So whatever the
So,
column that you need, you can add that.
okay. By ourselves also we can add it.
Yeah, you can also create a new column based on your
Need,
yeah.
requirement. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, sir.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, madam.
Sir, we are learning from 4 5 days, so we have learned so many apps. If we want to buy one app for paper writing, only for paper writing purpose, and if that app also have plagiarism correction, something like that, which app would you suggest? One we can buy.
So plagiarism detection, I don't think this particular SciSpace is doing that, but at least for the concept of AI detector, right? So most of the publisher will use Turnitin only for your plagiarism check. Okay, I don't think they have used this type of third-party tools for that. But at least for this AI detection part, like if you want to understand, okay, from the 100 words, how many of the words are generated by AI, right? So that you can do it using SciSpace. I think most of the tools now they are available this AI detection, which is very much important for your journal publication or submitting the article to the research publication domain. So that you can do that, but I think plagiarism detector, other than Turnitin, I think there is not a best tool for doing the plagiarism detector. So I think for user comfortability, it depends upon, you can go through multiple tools, and then maybe like you need to understand what are the pricing that they are providing, right? That is another aspect that you need to look out for. What price the SciSpace is for providing with this different set of features, and then how about Elicit, or maybe like there is another tool called Avid Note. I will talk about this later, but there are multiple tools based
Sir,
on
say a
your.
little louder.
So based on the pricing plan, you need to decide which type of tool that you need, and then what are the different features that they are providing, right? And then you need to, and then you can decide, okay, what is the right topic? Because one, you can use SciSpace that is there, and then there is another tool called Elicit. What's that? We have closed. I will share that link. So this is another tool which will do whatever that we have done in SciSpace, but it is quite costlier here. But yeah, so you can do whatever that we are doing with the SciSpace. I will just show this demo also in later part, but you need to decide, ma'am, like based on the pricing and then based on the feature that they are providing.
Sir,
So
if
yeah,
we write a paper, say like you showed us the literature review, can we directly use this literature review in our paper? It will
yeah,
show
madam.
AI
You,
generated.
yeah, so that's what I'm telling, right? So you can use this AI detector to just convert this into the humanized, but I don't think you will get most of the most problem with respect to the literature review, because whenever we are having using the AI tools, right? If there is a large sentence, then we will get this sentence has been generated by AI, because they don't have the token limits, right? They will take some number of maximum tokens from the pre-built parameter, and then they will generate a large sentence. Usually humans doesn't write the sentence for a very long say, right? So they will maybe like 3 to 4 sentence combined together as a one paragraph. But if it's AI generated, the number of words in that particular sentence will be more. So basically that's how this AI detection will work. So you can use some other tool which will convert this AI detector tool to the human written part. Otherwise, you can just rephrase with any of the tools like ChatGPT or DeepSeek. You can ask them the prompt that, okay, just understand that you are a human and try to rephrase this particular paragraph in the humanized version, not as the AI version. That also you can do that, and then you can able to reduce the both AI generated uh, count and also your plagiarism part there. Okay, so the next tool with respect to SciSpace is like AI writer. Okay, I think this is a new tool. I think they have introduced like 2 to 3 months back. whenever we want to write any article, right, you can use this AI writer. So I'm just going to click start writing. So, and then I'm going to ask, so role of AI and in healthcare. So this is the title of the article that we are going to ask. Then you can click on this ask AI. Okay. Like I mentioned, it is a free version. So you will be get, there are only 5 actions allowed. Okay. But if you upgrade, you can enjoy with whatever the action, whatever the maximum limit that they are having. Right. But for this free version, we will have only maximum 5 actions. Okay. So I have the title. What I'm going to ask, going to do that. Okay, ask AI. I want to get the overall outline for this content, right? So basically, if you are writing any article, first thing is that we need to fix that outline. Okay, this is my introduction part, this is my review part, and this is my methodology, and this is my tools and techniques that I have used, result and discussion, and then conclusion. Okay, so for this particular topic, I'm going to ask my AI, like, just create the outline. So Prashant, I think AI can't generate the novel research area because most of the tools has been here, has been trained for the already available data. Okay, but you can use this type of tools to find out the research gap, and then from that research gap, you can able to create a novel ideas. So then, after you click ask AI, I'm just going to ask role of AI in healthcare. So once you click that, and then you will start writing your overall outline. So what is our overall outline? Like introduction to AI in healthcare, transforming patient care, benefits of AI in medical diagnosis and treatment, and then AI powered, how AI is discovering the drug part. So you will get a different outlines here. So either you can accept this, or if you want to try again, you can do that also. Maybe you can. Maybe I'm just clicking on try again. Okay. So going to ask different questions. Role of AI in diabetic food culture. Okay, so then you will get a different part here, like what are the uh, different outlines that we are having, and then maybe you can accept this for time being, right? And then for each and every part, like, so for this you can ask, so you will get a suggestion also, like diabetic foot ulcer pose a significant challenges for healthcare professionals. For each and every section, if you click, you will get some suggestions for that. So I will ask maybe AI, write an introduction part. Right, I ask my to talk out to write about introduction about this, right? The integration of AI in healthcare, revolutionizing the various domains, and then particularly the management of chronic diseases like diabetic foot ulcer. At least you will get overall summary of thing like for each of this section, and then from this you can just use your writing skills, and then you can just paraphrase this sentence in order to reduce both AI generated and then plagiarized content. Okay, because why I am talking about the plagiarism is that because most of the reference that AI is just this type of tool is using is from the previous articles, right? So definitely some of the words will be picked from there. So that's where you will get the plagiarism. You can try to rewrite this a paragraph or rephrase this, and then you can use it for your own article. Okay, so you can just save this part also, and then also, like I mentioned, if you are having a paid version, you can have like export as a Word document also. You can export whatever the section that you have written to the Word document also. And then if I want to cite, right? Okay, I want to cite this particular, based on this, you will get some references, right? I'm going to cite this. Okay, so you will get a references below. So for this particular sentence, this has been provided by Wang et al. And then you'll get a word. Okay, so if you want to cite this particular, maybe like I will take some mid part. Yeah, if I want to cite this particular sentence, click cite, and then you will get some of the suggested paper, because these are the more general, right? It is not with respect to the article, but it is a more general term. You can use some of this article to cite that. So once you've done that, you will get different styles. Okay, IEEE, APA, Vancouver. So what are the different format that you need? You can add that. Okay, so this way you can able to complete your research article with the different outlines in the few days, and then you can start rewriting that part to remove the plagiarism or AI detected content. Okay, any questions here with respect to this AI writer tool?
Sir, can you suggest any one of the app? So
Sir, show that
to purchase,
reference
sir,
one
because
once again.
Sorry, one at a time. Sorry,
sir,
yeah.
myself Brahmarao, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, can you suggest, because almost all apps are paid versions, then only we are getting the benefits, sir.
Yeah.
So seems to be this AI tool is benefit to us to write the research paper.
Yeah.
Apart from it, or can you suggest any one of the app can we purchase? Which app is suitable or compatible to write the research paper?
Yeah, that's what, sir.
Mm.
Like I mentioned, it is all depends upon the user persona, right? Like if you want, if you are having the very high budget, you can just try to top to Space, and then you get the license for the entire university wide. Maybe
Sir.
there are multiple tools based on the pricing plan and based on the what are the features that they are having, right? You can decide what type of tool that is opt for your research, right? Maybe if your research,
From your point of view, sir.
I preferably use open source
Ah,
like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, sir, because
very good.
I will use this outline. I will use this type of tools for getting the outline, and
Okay.
then you can use this ChatGPT or DeepSeek agents to just generate the paragraph. Anyway, we are not going to use the entire content provided by both GPT and DeepSeek, right? We only need for literature part. I think for literature part, you can use this free version, and then once you have this, you can copy paste that. That won't take that much time, right? You don't want to download a CSV or Excel file. So once you have the table, you can just create your own table in the Word document, and then you can copy paste the content, and then you can just paraphrase later to remove the AI part.
Very good, sir. Thank you very much for your good session. Because just now I generated myself also while you are explaining the paper actually now. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. Right.
Yeah, madam. I think there is another question from the audience. So who asked the question like about this reference? Meenakshi, what is the question like? Why it is writing and
Sir, with the reference part you were showing once again, you selected that how that came.
so you can just click on. You can just copy paste this particular sentence, right? Copy this sentence, and then there is an option called cite. So you'll get here, and also you'll get here. You can just click on cite, and then what are the relevant article for this particular citation, right? You can just click on that particular site here. So once you click that, you will get the reference below. So this reference is for APA style. If you want to change, you can change that also. So whatever the
Yes, sir.
with respect to journal, you can select the citation format. Okay, so then the final tool that we are going to discuss today is find topics, right? you don't have any idea about, okay, what is the research that you are going to do, right? Maybe someone will already have the idea that, okay, I'm going to do the research on medical imaging, or maybe creating our own algorithm. But if someone doesn't have that idea, okay, they are new to the ecosystem, maybe your research scholars, or your MTech students or BTech students, if they want to find out what is a hot topic that has been there in the academia, or maybe in the industry side point of view, so you can just search about that particular topic, and then you'll find out what are the research paper, and what the research paper available, and what they are talking about. So basically what I'm going to do is that, okay, diabetic foot ulcer is caused due to hypertension. Okay, I'm just asking the question. Okay, so whether the diabetic foot ulcer is caused due to hypertension, I'm asking this question, so we'll get some relevant articles or relevant topics on what they are discussing about. Is it true or not? So hypertension significantly contributes to the development of diabetic foot ulcer, because it affects your neuropathy and then peripheral artery disease, right? So, and then we'll also get some references, like which is talking about this, and then based on this, you will select your research article, research topic also, like whether you need to continue with writing a research article based on this hypertension, or based on this diabetic foot ulcer, or maybe whatever it may be. So otherwise, if it doesn't have any idea, like, okay, what are the different benchmark evaluation that we are having for language, large language models? So based on the few words about your research, you can give that, and you will get different topics to uh, continue your research. Yeah, sometimes it will take some time, because at the back end there is a lot of uh, transformers or LLMs are running, right? So it will take some time to complete the findings. Yeah, so these are the different benchmark that we are having. Like one is Superglue benchmark, which is the evaluation metric for your different LLMs, and then Glue benchmark, and then Quad dataset. So if you created your own uh, models like ChatGPT, or maybe a DeepSeek or Claude, you can just use this type of evaluation to understand that, okay, how it has been uh, in the market with respect to the different benchmark models on the different data set, right? So this is how we can find the topics about your research topic. And then the next tool that we are talking about is Paraphraser. I think most of them we have used, maybe like Quillbot. Initially, before GPTs or before DeepSeek, we have used Quillbot for paraspacing, right? So you can use this paraspacing tool. You can just click here, and then what type of tone that you need, like academic tone, fluent, formal, creative, or maybe like a friendly tone or informal way. So whatever the tone you need, you can just do that. Because if you want to, if you're writing an email and then you want to send out an email, you can just select formal. For most of the research article writing, we will select academic, right? So once you've done this, so whether you need to shorten this length, or if you want to extend this, basically like here we are having 145 words, whether you want to increase that by some number, right? Otherwise, if you want to reduce the length, so you can decide that. Okay, and then what is the variation, whether you need the entire model, entire or a paragraph with the less variations, or if you need this entire paragraph with the large variations, okay, you can select that. So by just controlling this, once you click paraphrasing, you will able to get the age paraphrase content. Okay, so now you can see, like initially we have 145 words, now it has 171 words. Okay, I just selected, I don't want to use the default, I will just shorten my lengthen. Okay, so the entire 145 words of context has been downsized with only 61 words, but you can see like most of the referenced part has been removed. So basically you need to manually write a citation here, because whenever we are paraphrasing, even if you write with GPT model also, you can see that this type of citation will be removed. Okay. So any questions with respect to paraphrasing?
No, sir.
Yeah. So how can generative AI tools facilitate faster and more efficiently? Yeah, so like I shown the approach, like how we are using SciSpace for literature review. Like there are multiple tools to do that. You can use that to fasten your literature review part, because most of the time that we took while writing the paper is on the literature survey part, because that is a strong pillar of any of the article. Like if you submit to any of the editor, the first they will check our segment of the literature review done with respect to prior research, right? So you can facilitate, you can use this type of tools to felicitate, like that will fasten your overall time. Maybe like if you take 3 to 4 days to write a literature review, but it will downsize to 1 or 2 days, and then you can fine tune that in a better way.
Sir, one question. When we are finding this data from SciSpace, how will we understand whether this data is original? Because yesterday sir was teaching that sometimes hallucinations occur, and sometimes some data will be shown which does not exist in reality. Some papers or some
Yes.
references.
So that's where there is a sorry. So there are tools to find out authenticity of this generated data, right? Like you have the, so you have generated some citation for this. Okay. Maybe I will just go to okay. So based on the literature review, like these are the literature that we have generated. So you can directly because here some of the PDFs is already available, so you can just click and then see whether there is a authenticated one or not, right? So this is a published paper, right? So you can get the authentication like this. Sometimes like I don't think like tools like SciSpace will do that, because they already collaborated with multiple journal publication team. So you will get access to this. You don't get the exact PDF, right? Because some of them will not have open source part, but at least you can able to authenticate your citation, right? Okay, this is what you have cited, whether this particular paper is present or not. So, but if you are using tools like DeepSeek or ChatGPT, that there you will face an issue. Like sometimes it will provide the citation with some reference, which is not at all available in the online. Okay, so that type of problem will raise. What I suggest is that just copy paste that reference, right? To copy that reference and go to Google Scholar, and then just paste that and see whether that publication is available or not. So that is a one way of doing. Otherwise, you can use this type of research and rabbit, right? Like research and rabbit, or maybe like I'll show you, yeah, site. So you'll just copy paste this the topic. Yeah, so I just put some sentence, right? I'm just getting the response, like what are the different uh, article talked about this, okay? And then what are the different publication that it is consulted about this particular topic of statement. So you can get that reference here, okay? And then based on this also, you can validate whether whatever the reference that AI has been generated is good or not, or it is a very valid reference, or it may be like hallucinated reference that you can detect. But I don't think the tools like this will have that issue. But if you are using DeepSeek and ChatGPT, definitely you will face that problem. No, sir, I don't think, sir, no, ma'am. I don't think the tools like this will have the issue, like, because we are just providing the document, and then from the document only it is summarizing. Okay, I don't think if you give the context, LLM won't hallucinate. If it doesn't give the context only, the model will generate the wrong response, right? As we are already providing this type of documents or PDF or some notebooks, the LLM will summarize what are the content that is there in the PDF. It won't provide you the new answer which is not present in that particular article. So you don't want to focus much on that aspect. So any other questions? So next tool with respect to space is citation generator, right? So you have the topic, you can just copy paste this topic, and then you'll get this suggestions, right? Like a multi-phase digital health solution monitoring and then managing diabetic foot ulcer list. So in that article that we have seen, so we have also seen that author is Emily and then even Minty. So here also we are having like Emily and then even Minty. You can just select this. So once you selected this, some of the information from the article will be there, and then you will get a citation like this. So as I have used APA, that's why it is having APA. So if you want to see some other citation, like these are the journal with respect to journal, the citation will be changed according to that. So for Springer format, I'm just selecting Springer Vankar, and then the citation will be formatted based on that. Okay. So then basically whatever that we will do with Mendeley or maybe Zotero, right? Even SciSpace, you can collaborate with Zotero to copy your all these PDF references, and then you can generate the citation here. Okay. And then if it is a book, then you can select whatever it's like, if it is a conference proceeding or book or web page. So you don't need to manually rewrite the citation for books or maybe for web page. You can use this type of articles here, and then you can just select your journal format. Most of the journals will have Vancouver format, right, or APA format. You can just select that and will easily get the citation here. And then you can just copy this and then paste it in the Word, and then you'll get that citation. Okay. Any questions with respect to citation part?
Sir, can you explain once again, sir, this citation part?
Yeah. So once you have this references, right? So once you have the reference, then the major part is that citing that references with respect to the journal format, right? So you can just copy paste the title of the journal, and then you can just find out which is a relevant article here. Maybe I'll just take. Okay, so this is one of the articles that we have published in the IEEE Access. What I put is that, okay, so DemNet for dementia. So you will get a few suggestions below. Okay, so this is the article I am looking for. I'm just selecting this. So as is a journal article, so like this is a predefined format. Like, okay, it will take the article title, what is the journal name, what is the date it has been published, who are the contributing authors. Some authors will have editor name, volume, issue, and what is the pages, and then what is your DOI, what is the URL. All this will be there. It's a standard template, and then here you can change your format. Okay, yeah, I have used the Springer format here. If I want to use APA, right, I will just go and select APA here. Yeah. So then the citation will be formatted based on your APA style, right? Authors, year, your title, which journal, what is the page number, and what is the DOI. All this will be there. And then you can just copy this and then paste it in your Word document. Yeah.
That's very good, sir. Thank you.
So, and then the final tool, right? I think we are close to 15 minutes there. So the final tool with respect to SciSpace is that extracting the data. Okay. So assume that you need to extract some few information from the data, like where this particular sample has been collected. You can just quickly upload that article here. Okay. And then just do the same thing, like I will use untitled folder. I don't think this will be available. Just 1 minute. Okay. I think extract data that won't be there for free users, it seems. Let me see here to my library. So one of the advantage of using the free citation generator is that because if you're writing the article, like if you're submitting to a different publishing domains, right? So each and every format will have a different citation formats. So each and every time you are submitting the article to different journals, and you need to change the citation format based on the journal template. So you can use this type of free citation generator. You can just copy paste that. Like if you want to convert to AP to Vancouver, you can do that. Otherwise, if you need to go to Google Scholar, paste that, and then just click on the citation. Or previously we used mainly to do that. You need to upload all your library folders to library, and then from there you need to uh, do the citation and all. But here free citation is nothing but from the topic title itself, you can able to generate from which journal we took, and then you can just generate the citation there. So it's not more with respect to the advantage, but mostly it will reduce our manual citation formatting time. Cool. I think the extract data, I don't have that. So maybe that few sentences. Okay. So next we'll see this AI detector. I have just used whatever the literature review that has been generated by this tool. Go to AI detector and then paste this. Okay. I'm just going to analyze whether. So see, like out of 3 sentences, 2 out of the 3 sentences were AI written. Okay. So then can just click this. Sorry. Okay.
Extract data, once we uploaded a file, research paper, then there two options are there, notebooks and untitled collection. So we have to.
So you can upload anywhere, like either you can upload to untitled topic or you can upload to notebook also.
Notebook also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is showing that it is most of the part is a director. Okay. And then maybe what you can do is you can just take this particular sentence and then you can just paraphrase that to remove that. Okay. So yeah, so these are the different tools that are available with respect to SciSpace, like from the research gap finding, writing the literature review, or generating the citation. You can use this as a co-pilot, right? Like most of the manual tasks you can able to automate using this type of tools. Okay, but I don't recommend tools for your methodology part because methodology should have come from the researcher only. But other than that, most of the outline we can use this type of tool to solve our problem. So any questions, any doubts with respect to the SciSpace?
Sir, in my system, I got it, sir. When I use the extra data,
Okay.
so into notebooks, it has generated something.
So I think I have used most of the free tokens, sir. Like only 5 actions I can able to do that. The free part, I think I already done that.
Yeah, that is right. Okay, sir. Huh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So if you want to learn more with respect to SciSpace or any tools, I think lot of videos are available on the YouTubes. Okay, you can just go through that and then see what are the potential new tools that they have added with respect to the tools that already covered in the most of the sessions. Right, but use ChatGPT, DeepSeek for a more open source part. But this type of specialized tool is especially for your particular task specific, right? Because you can't ask your ChatGPT to write your research article because that will hallucinate at like anything. But you can use this type of tools for writing your research outline, or maybe the content of the research outline, or you already have your research paper. If you want to fine tune that for the better readability, you can use this type of tool to do that. Yeah, I think that's it from my side for today. If you have any questions, I will happy to take that. So this is a question from Prashant. How reliable or free APA citation is it? Sir, basically it has a predefined format, right? They already have the template. They're just using the template to generate your citation. So it is always reliable. So you don't want to worry much on that reliable part. Until otherwise you are providing the correct title and then you know the author names and then journal name, you can just cite using the free citation generator tool. So it is always reliable. Any other questions from the audience?
Yes, participants, there is there any questions or the queries? If there are no more questions, then we can conclude.
No, sir. We can conclude, sir.
Okay, sir. I think there is no more queries. So if you could permit, shall we conclude, sir?
Yeah, sir, we can.
Yeah. So on behalf of the organizers, all the Dr. for such a wonder this the space science space. So straight up in a very nice in a you deepen elaboration towards this use of this science space. We are really thankful to you for such a wonderful session and hope you will continue with the tomorrow session in the same gist and way into the stick way. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your precious time and thought-provoking session here. And I also thank to all the participants for their precious listening and active participation during the interaction. Thank you, sir. And with the kind consent of Dr. Chandran, sir, I would like to declare that this session will be over here. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so participants will stop now here, and there will be MCQ test. Whatever may be the sessions we have conducted it, the MCQ test will be based on that, and the material we have provided. Okay, in the LMS, MCQ test will be remain open from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. And there will be a 2 attempt. Why we have provided it 2 attempt? Most of the time it will be happen some time of technical error, so we have provided the 2 attempts for that, so you can appear for your test within stipulated time and complete your assignments that has been posted till now, because all assignments were evaluated and that will be graded. So we will stop now here and meet tomorrow with our tomorrow schedule. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
सर, जो आपने कल का जो सेशन हुआ था उसमें ये कहा गया था कि जो असाइनमेंट है दैट वाज नॉट कंपलसरी टू डू, बट मैंने जो आज चेक किया उसमें माइनस मार्क्स हुआ है.
हाँ, डेफिनेटली मैम, डेफिनेटली. देखिए क्या इश्यू है माइनस मार्क लिखने का, उसका डेडलाइन ही उसका आज शाम में 5 बजे तक का है, और अगर इसके बाद अगर कोई सबमिट करता है तो डेफिनेटली वी विल डिडक्ट द मार्क्स. ओके मैम.
ओके सर, ओके सर. मैंने तो इसलिए नहीं किया बिकॉज उसमें कल कहा गया था कि वो मतलब कंपलसरी नहीं है, दैट वाज ऑप्शनल.
नो मैम, नो, वी हैव नॉट सेट कि ऐसा. देखिए, जो ग्रुप में असाइनमेंट हम लोगों ने दिया था दैट विल बी फॉर योर प्रैक्टिस. ओके.
हाँ जी.
Okay, whatever may be the assignment that has been uploaded, जो भी assignments LMS में upload किए गए, all that assignments are graded assignment, and the compulsory. Those participants who will not submitted their assignment within that stipulated time period, and whatever may be the assignments uploaded in the LMS, that will be impact on their grade. So I will request all the participants, whatever may be the assignment that has been uploaded in the LMS, that is mandatory, and you have to complete within stipulated time period. All these assignments are mandatory. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so participants. Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. We will stop now here and meet tomorrow with our tomorrow schedule. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.